Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Against the Public for July 24th. I'm Dana Lane. Today, we're going to go through my top 3 Major League Baseball free plays. We crushed all 3 free plays yesterday. Hope everybody was able to tail. We'll try to do that again today. After the show, please go to Pickdawgz.com, where you can find my premium Major League Baseball selections. You can get those individually, or you can get them in a 3-pack for just $49.99. Of course, all those 3-packs and the individual plays come with our Pickdawgz win guarantee that states you must profit or receive an immediate site credit for the purchase price. In addition, you guys know there's only one way to get every play that I release, and that's to become an all-access member. And you can do that over the next 30 days for less than $11 a day, the next 90 days for less than $10 a day, or better yet, guys, there is no time like the present. It is Christmas in July. You can get my annual all-access pass. Every play for the next 365 days takes you all the way through college and pro football for less than just, I think it's $3.01 a day. So I really wish I could just say $3 a day, but it really comes out to be $3.01 a day. So grab your credit card, throw it on there. We'll pay that off a little at a time. Sit back and get every play I release over the next 365 days for one low price. And we're just 9 days away from the Hall of Fame game. I cannot wait for the NFL season to start. Houston Texans, Chicago Bears. I already have my preseason package locked and loaded up on the website, just $199.99. We smashed 56% winners last year in the NFL. That, and combine that with college football, that was good for over 4,000 units won. That was number 1 on the website in that category. If you missed out on last year, please do not miss out on 2024. Let's roll our sleeves up. Let's get to work. Onto your free plays for Wednesday. We'll start things off 12:20 Eastern Time. Rotation number 901, 902, early start. Cincinnati Reds against the Atlanta Braves. Braves minus 15, 8.5 under minus 20. Frankie Montas against Alan Winans. Numbers are starting to come out on this one, but they're kind of all over the place. So make sure you do shop for the best number, although it does look like every number is going to be bankroll friendly. So even if you don't get the number you're looking for, it's going to be under that $1.40 mark. So we're getting a good number in this matchup. And Montas is 4-8, 4.85 ERA. Over his last 3 starts, though, he's allowed 14 earned runs in 16 2/3 innings. That's a 7.59 ERA. In those starts, Montas has given up 6 homers, 11 walks. And actually, that's over his last 4 starts. He's given up 6 homers and 11 walks. That's quite a bit. Winans is going to make his second Major League Baseball start. His last one was back in April. Didn't get another one. Got shelled by the New York Mets April 11th. He allowed 6 earned runs, 5 innings, and a 16-4 loss. Went back to AAA. Started 13 games for Gwinnett at AAA. 15 appearances overall. He was 4-3 with a 2.74 ERA. Gave up just 68 hits in 82 innings. I do take those International League numbers a little bit more serious than I take the PCL numbers, but those numbers are fantastic, and I think we're going to get a better start out of him. Reds won the first game of this series after losing 4 straight, but they have dropped 7 of 10 against the Braves and 5 of 7 head-to-head. So we'll throw out what we just saw last night. You know I always like backing pitchers, young pitchers especially, that they're in their second appearance. I think they're a lot more settled, where bettors tend to think, well, I'm going to go against them because they've only pitched 1 game in their entire career. That game they got shelled. I think we look at things the opposite way in this situation. I'm going to take Atlanta minus $1.15. Game number 2. 3:10 Eastern Time, 9:23, 9:24. Boston Red Sox against the Colorado Rockies. Red Sox minus $1.63, 10.5 over minus $1.20. Nick Pivetta against Cal Quantrill. We don't have numbers on the money wagered yet, but it's clear, I think, so far on the tickets that the Boston Red Sox are going to be the favorite by the public. 86% of the tickets are on the Sox so far. And we do know this, Pivetta's 4-6 on this season, but has a very respectable 3.87 ERA to go with 96 Ks and 81 and a thirds innings. And in fact, in his last 3 outings, Pivetta has allowed just 4 earned runs and 19 and 2/3 innings. That's at 1.83 ERA. Got 28 strikeouts to go with that as well. Quantrill's a little bit different of a story. 15 earned runs in his last 18 and a third innings, 7.37 ERA. Surprisingly, though, Quantrill's actually pitched better at home than he has on the road. He's 2-3 at home, but he's got a 4.06 ERA at Coors Field, a little bit better than his overall ERA. And we talked about this before in previous videos about the perception of lines and also the perception of lines in specific ballparks. And Coors Field is always at the top of that discussion. And just to give you some numbers, in 2024, when the opening number is 10.5, the under is 16, 8, and 1. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, what about Coors Field? That's got to be different when we're talking about Coors. Well, 25 times this year, the opening number was 10.5. 18 of those times, it was at Coors Field. The under is still 10-7-1 in 2024 and 20-16 when the number is 10.5 or even higher. So those numbers, those records certainly point to the under. I like the under here at 10.5. We're getting even money, very bankroll friendly with the juice. And then game number 3. Up your free play, 6:40 Eastern Time, 9:15, 9:16. Detroit Tigers against the Cleveland Guardians. Guardians minus $1.50, 7.5, under minus 19. Jack Flaherty against Tanner Bybee. We see a small amount of movement on the Guardians offshore. That number's gone from 145 to 149. Nothing yet on the total, but we have seen 94% of the money on Cleveland, along with 70% of the tickets. So it is likely that that number might climb a little bit. So if you like the Tigers, wait. If you like Cleveland, get at it now. There is a trend that I use quite a bit that favors the Tigers, but I'm going to look towards the total in this one because we have 2 starters that are fantastic. And Jack Flaherty basically has had 1 bad outing in his last 7 starts. In those starts, he has left the game allowing no earned runs 3 times and allowing 1 earned run 2 other times. He's been lights out. And speaking of no earned runs, Bybee in his last outing against the Padres allowed just 2 hits in 5 2/3 innings and a 7-0 victory. So we have 2 starters that are absolutely on top of their game right now. We're also dealing with 2 big-time strikeout pitchers, and not so much with Cleveland, but we certainly know with Detroit, they are susceptible to the strikeout. So we're going to go with Detroit, Cleveland, under 7.5, minus $1.17. Before we go, tonight's handicapping tip is going to focus on the past week's results and historical numbers that you're going to want to hear. And this is from a column that I wrote today for another site, and I'm just going to kind of read it to you because it's a lot of information. I want to get through it as quickly as possible. Underdogs turned a profit last week, and of course that does not include July 23rd's games. It's just right up until the 22nd, so the last 7 days prior to the 22nd. They turned a profit for the 3rd straight week, up 14.43 units with a 106 and 122 record. This week's overview shows that plus money bettors are making up some of the ground on their season losses, now down 28.01 units in 2024, behind an overall record of 643 and 862, just a 427 win percentage. Last week, underdog bettors added 3.05 units to their bankroll with a 28 and 30 record, while favorites continued to eat at bankrolls with another 6.35 units lost, despite a winning record of 30 and 28 over those 7 days. Usually, home dog bettors are looking to turn a profit without expecting a winning record. But last week, home dogs were 12 and 8, 60% win percentage, handing the public 6.58 units of profit. It marked the 2nd straight week that home underdogs have been profitable with a 25 and 23 record, 7.32 units won since July 9th. In 2024, home underdogs are 236 and 295, 444 win percentage, minus 2.79 units. Not a great record, but it beats betting home favorites who are 564 and 405 for a 582 win percentage, but minus 26.06 units in the red. And before you start to think how much sense it makes to bet home underdogs, we just want to point out that since 2021, home underdogs are just 1,400 and 1,901, a 424 win percentage, minus 120.14 units. Colorado Rockies led the home underdog parade last week with a 3-1 mark plus 2.97, followed by the Washington Nationals 2.12 and the Pittsburgh Pirates at 1.80. This season, the Detroit Tigers are tops in the home dog roll with an 11-7 mark plus 5.60 units, closely followed by the Chicago Cubs 10-6 plus 5.44 units, and the Colorado Rockies 22-26 plus 4.98 units. And of course, with the good always comes the bad. And if we eliminated these three teams, we would even have a much better record with home underdogs. If we eliminated the Chicago White Sox 12-32 this year, Toronto 2-10, and Arizona at 4-11, home underdogs would be 218-242, 474 win percentage, but good for over 24 units of profit. Now, as far as a trend is concerned, a trend that we want to apply and see if it helps us to cash tickets. I had a question from somebody about teams with a lot of power, teams that hit a lot of home runs. How deep into the home run list can we go to actually find winners? And here's what we've found. This season, Baltimore, New York Yankees, Los Angeles Dodgers, Oakland, and the New York Mets are tops in home runs. In 2024, these five teams combined are 271 and 232, a 539 win percentage, good for just 3.95 units of profit. Not bad, but then you got to step back and say, well, how many teams deep can I go on this list? And we kind of found out it was only one more team. The Phillies are 6, followed by the Minnesota Twins, and so we can only add the Phillies at plus 5.74 units because the Twins have lost 2.02 units. So if we just add the top 6 teams in home runs this year, that makes our overall record a little bit more impressive, 334 and 269, a 554 win percentage plus 9.68 units. So to give this trend a little bit more juice, I looked at those top 6 teams on the road because that's where their money line is going to be diluted enough to be in the range of what I would call a bankroll friendly play. And sure enough, on the road, those teams are 154 and 139, a 526 win percentage, but profiting 10.49 units. To give that proper contrast, those 6 are an incredible 177 and 127 at home, a 582 win percentage, but not good enough to push bettors out of the red with just 0.17 units lost. So you want to look for those teams that have a lot of power on the road because we're getting a good number and chances are we're getting the better of the matchup. If there's anything you'd like me to research, please just drop me a comment on the YouTube channel. I will get to it. I have so many numbers and so many ways to manipulate them. If I don't have them, I apologize. I'll try to find the answers for you, but please, if there's anything you'd like me to research, just let me know. That does it for your Wednesday free plays and handicapping tip. Please go to pickdawgz.com. Get involved with one of my many available packages, including my all access pass. You can get that now. It's a reduced cost. It's going to be that way until the kickoff of the Hall of Fame game. You can get that for less than $3.02 a day. And you can get, it takes you right through college football and the NFL, and we're just absolutely going to smash it again this year. Here's our Wednesday free play recap. Atlanta minus $1.15, Boston, Colorado under 10.5, and Detroit, Cleveland under 7.5 minus 17. That does it for today's show. Thank you to everyone who watches on a daily basis. Great to be back. Thank you for all the kind comments today. Let's get those numbers up a little bit more. I know I was gone a week, but let's get back to jumping on board again. Let's win again. 3-0 last night. Let's put together another 3-0 Wednesday. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Wednesday.